You are listening to the Inverted Creative Podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Jen.
We're back. And then you say nothing.
I say nothing. I thought you had more to say.
No, that was all I had to start it. We are back from our honeymoon. Today it is just me and Mike recording. We have a nice recap plan for, at least for this one, most of the parks that we hit. What, 10 out of 14 parks or something like that?
Something like that.
We were a little ourselves on our trip. And I think in the wedding mini-sode thing, we kind of went through everything that we were planning on doing. And we hit absolutely everything we were planning on doing.
Yes, we did.
And then some. But before we get too much into that, we got back very late Wednesday, very early Thursday.
We walked in the door at 1 a.m. Thursday morning.
And then woke up a few hours later to go to work. And we have already done another trip since then. Because we do not sit still for very long.
Nope.
We did not get Hollywood Nights tickets this year very intentionally because we weren't sure how we would be feeling after the honeymoon, it being 36 hours after we landed or something like that.
Yeah, we didn't even try to get tickets for it.
But what we did decide to do is show up at Holiday World for the day and see all of our friends.
Yep.
And get an accidental trimless.
We told very few of them that we were even coming down. And then, like you were just saying, we get there and get a text from one of our friends. Oh, hey, did you know that Voyage is still running trimless? Them not knowing that we're in the park in line, 3 or 4 people from getting on?
Yeah, something like that.
So, still got a nice trimless ride without going to Hollywood Nights.
Yep. Still got 4 or 5 Voyage rides.
I think you got 4, I got 5.
Something like that. And then we did Legend, Raven, Thunderbird.
Gobbler Getaway twice.
Yeah, we did Gobbler Getaway twice. With 2 different groups of people.
Yup.
And then right after we got off Gobbler Getaway, we got invited to ride Gobbler Getaway again. And I'm like, I'm good for now.
Yeah, we already did it. Again.
Got to see a lot of previous guests on the podcast. Let's see. Chris from recently. Alex, who was Rides and Bites. He was one of the earliest episodes that we did. Nessa. I fangirled over Riley from That's So Mid a little bit. He also told very few people who was going to be there.
Yeah, we get home from dinner Friday, and I'm just flipping through Instagram, and I start seeing people post pictures where I run upstairs. I'm like, Allison, did you know Riley's at Hollywood Nights? She's like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, look at all these pictures.
Yeah, so that was a unexpected little surprise. We got to hang out with him for a little while.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. People kept asking if they were going to see us at ERT, and we're like, nope, we out of here.
Yep. We had more important things to go do.
Get a +1 in Owensboro.
Yeah, drive 45 minutes to the newly opened Maui's FEC in Owensboro to ride yet another SBF Visa spinner.
Because we didn't do enough of those recently.
Of course not.
We'll get into that.
You can never get enough of them.
And then we stayed in Corydon, whatever. However you say
Corydon.
And went to Kentucky.
You'll know Corydon for the now, may it rest in peace, butt drugs.
I never got to go.
Same. John Mike talked very highly of it, but I never did get to visit butt drugs before it closed.
Yeah. Well, at least we still have I forget what it's called, Uranus?
Uranus Fudge Factory?
Yeah.
Thank you for visiting Uranus. Can we pack your fudge in Uranus?
What a wild place.
It really is.
But yeah, we went to Kentucky Kingdom this year. We both have season passes now for there.
Yeah,
And
we
an
literally got home from there as of recording about
hour ago.
half hour ago.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
got a nice little ride on the new Flying Fox. Very fun ride.
Yeah. It's very I think the it's very forceful for what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's very similar ride wise to Dragonflyer. Different layout, but it's a great ride.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Hung out with Chris and Alex a little more. Got quick rides on most rides there.
Yeah, I forgot how good Storm Chaser, now Wind Chaser,
Yeah, it
is.
was
It's
very
very
aggressive.
Yeah, that thing was running very well, and that the airtime is just so aggressive,
Yeah,
especially for the size. It's very we didn't ride it, but it's very similar to Lightning Run,
yeah.
where that
We
thing's
tried
not very big, but it's very aggressive.
we tried twice to ride Lightning Run.
Yeah, first time it was down, second time it just had a line, and
We were just kind of ready to get home.
none of the coasters that have two trains were running two trains. So figured it was a good time to just get out and go back another day.
Yeah, we're hour and a half away or whatever.
Have season passes.
Yeah, have someone who lives 8 minutes from there.
Yeah.
So we will be back. But now we get to talk about a lot of parks all at once. We had a very us itinerary for the honeymoon, and it involved what 9 flights.
One,
Um,
two, three. Yeah, 9 flights.
yep.
Three
um,
over, three back, and three while in Europe.
yep. No delays or no major delays or anything
The
messed
only
up.
flight that really had a delay was the one from leaving Helsinki coming home that we sat on the plane for like 35, 40 minutes waiting
Yeah,
for him to load bags.
yeah, it's true.
Like that was about it.
We were worried about a
Maybe
rail strike in Rome too, but that ended up happening like 2 days after we were there.
yeah.
All in all, it went very smoothly. Um, so first thing is we landed. Well, we did our transatlantic and then went from Helsinki to Stockholm, and we had an evening in Stockholm. So naturally, what do we do but go to Groenland?
And you're leaving out the wonderful chilies we had in Chicago
Oh yeah, we
before our
housed some.
transatlantic.
Yeah, we housed some chilies. We had like a 6 hour layover in Chicago.
Yeah. It was one of those where we probably could have gone to Great America for like an hour, but
Instead,
do
we
we
went to
really want
Philly.
to go out and get all sweaty and
Yeah, right
then get
before
on a plane for
transatlantic.
8.5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No EES issues. I know that was a concern too before going.
Yeah, they questioned me a little bit, but then knowing that you were traveling with me, you just walked up, they basically did the fingerprints, checked your
Yep.
passport, and you were gone.
Yep. So thank you for taking the brunt of that for me.
It helps to have all the flight info and all that.
Yeah. All the hotels and it was
Yeah.
a lot of it was a lot of questioning.
They didn't even ask for the hotels. They just
Oh,
asked for
okay.
all our flight info to see that we were flying to Stockholm and that we are leaving Stockholm.
Yep. And then we're flying back to Stockholm and then leaving Stockholm.
Yeah.
Nice and confusing with all the flights that we had. But Groenland.
Groenland reminded me very much of Indiana Beach
Yeah.
with how just all the rides are built on top of each other and it's right on the water.
It's a
Except for it's
gorgeous
actually
setting.
a much better park.
Yeah. We took a whole lot of public transportation there, which was kind of stressful trying to figure out what the right ones were. We did trains and buses. I guess that was a
Which
bus.
if you've ever flown to Stockholm, you will have heard of our Lord and Savior, the Arlanda Express.
They
It is
advertise
literally
it
advertised
everywhere.
everywhere. But it was a nice, quick, easy train ride.
It was
Went
a little
straight from the
pricey,
air.
but
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it was a direct line versus a local line.
yeah.
So you took it straight into the city center.
We
And then yeah,
barely
we
missed
caught a
one coming back and ran for the train, and then it left right
left
in front
as
of
we
us.
were about to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we took the Arlanda Express and then got on a tram, which literally it dropped us off in front of the ABBA Museum, which is right next to Groenland.
Yep. Got our
Um,
tickets thanks to our ACE membership.
yeah, that was nice and easy. We walked up to the front gate because we didn't know where to go. And as soon as we mentioned Ace, they knew exactly where to send people. So it's nice that they were very knowledgeable
Where?
about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when we went up to the ticket booth, they knew exactly what they were looking at and made it nice and easy for us.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact order. We don't got to go through everything like super
So
detailed.
when we got to Groenland, we started with the most terrifying, the most thrilling roller coaster that park has. It is their Fiesta Express called Tough Tough Taggart.
I forgot that's what we started on.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got the kids coasters out of the way first.
I know exactly what order we went.
Yeah, I mean I have it all written down, but we also don't want to record for two and
Yeah.
a half hours today. We
Um,
did have to. I was trying to get a milestone on a very specific coaster at Groenland, so I had to
yeah, I
hit a
heard that
couple before
coaster
we got
was.
to that.
I heard your milestone was pretty insane.
It was pretty insane at Groenland, actually.
Yes.
Had to do it for the meme.
Um, and then after we rode Insane, we went and rode Twister.
Oh, we got to actually talk about insane for a second.
Do we?
Yeah, because the best way to describe that ride is a car crash in the best of ways. Like
Yeah.
I've
The
never felt so much ejector into my waist.
yeah, the way it throws you into the vests on that is, to be honest, insane.
Yeah, and then
Like,
you
I mean,
come
you
like
literally you come
sailing.
into the brake run upside down.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yes.
It was honestly very fun. It was an insane milestone. So that was number 750 for me. Very early in the trip.
Then we rode Twister, which is I think it's one of a little bit older Gravity group. I think like 2010, 2011.
That is like the most compact gravity group I've seen.
It's not very tall, but because of using the Timberliners, it has some very sharp corners. It's very similar to like if you combined, I can't remember the name of it now, the shuttle coaster.
Um
Why can't I remember that now? ZDTs. I'm looking it up right now because I said it already. Switchback.
That's it.
It's very much like if you combined Switchback with Boardwalk Bullet.
Yeah, and I kept thinking
Because
of
it's
Boardwalk Bullet. I
it's
remember
just
that one.
such a tight layout that goes over itself many times.
Yeah, and they say
But
like
it's
don't
like
put your hands up, and
yeah,
they mean it.
yeah, but it's very much like Switchback, whereas it has the very tight turns and uses the Timberliners. So it's a lot of fun.
It was very
It
fun.
was definitely a surprise.
Yeah,
And then we rode the final coaster there, Monster.
I loved Monster.
Yeah, Monster was a lot of fun.
Once
It
again,
was
very
one.
compact. A lot of
It
foot
was one of the
choppers.
It was one of the better, like of the smaller B and M's,
Hmm.
which there aren't many. But I'd put it. I mean, like it's better than Great Bear. I'm sure
Yeah,
that'll be a hot take
I
with some
agree.
people, but
No, I
I
totally
really
agree on
enjoyed
that.
it.
So I think we got 2 rides on Monster because there was just no line. So we're like, all right, we'll just do a front row and a back row ride before we
Yep.
get out of here.
Yep. And then
Took the
we.
Orlando Express back up to Stockholm.
Yep. Um, Stayed in the terminal. It's very super convenient. We stayed there on our way back too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Very specifically stayed in the terminal because the next morning we had a 7 a.m. flight to Rome.
yeah.
Which that was probably the best flight of the trip. Was it Norwegian?
Yeah. We were supposed to be in the road directly behind the exit, and we get on. They're like, "Oh, we have an empty exit row. Would you like to move up?" Oh, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, and then there was nobody between us. Got to
That's
spread out a little bit.
that's where Frontier would have been. Hey, we have this empty exit row. For $100, we'll let you move up here.
Yeah, very comfortable flight.
Yeah, it was very very nice. I think what 2 hour flight or so.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 maybe.
Yeah,
Pushing
wasn't
3.
anything too crazy.
Yeah. I actually slept on that flight. That never happens.
Yeah, I think we both slept a little bit just because it was
Exhaustion
such an
already.
early wake up call.
Yeah. So we had a sightseeing day in Rome. We took the Leonardo da Vinci Express, not the Orlando Express,
Yeah.
into Rome. We had a hotel right by the train station, so we were able to drop our bags off and then proceed to walk 13 and a half miles around the city. We didn't book anything in advance because like any tours or anything, we didn't know where we were going to be when. We didn't really want to like limit ourselves
Lock
too much when all
ourselves
we had
in.
was a
Yeah.
day. So we just kind of hit a lot of the sites, like Trevi Fountain,
So
Pantheon.
let's see. Off the top of my head, we started. Well, we went and saw the beautiful McDonald's in the Piazza
Yeah,
d'Espagna.
one that has
Um,
statues on the inside of it, and
yeah.
it was very busy there
Um,
too.
then we went and saw
Spanish
I don't remember.
Steps.
Yeah, the Spanish Steps. I was trying to think of what they were, if they were called something special. No, they're just the Spanish Steps.
Yeah,
Um, Went over, saw the Trevi Fountain. That was neat.
yeah. We did not like pay the extra €2 or whatever to go to the front, toss a
No,
coin
you were
in or
able to get
whatever.
close enough and didn't really need to do the extra.
Yeah, we still got to see
Um,
it.
it was very busy over there.
Yeah, this was a Saturday in Rome.
Yeah. Um, then we walked over, got a rain ride on Pantheon.
Yep, it's the
It
only
just
rain like
decided
of
to
the
start.
entire trip.
It started just pouring as we're walking over there,
Yeah,
but didn't last long. So
no.
that was nice. Let's see, we went and saw. I don't remember what that one castle was we saw.
Yeah, I don't
It
remember
was right
either.
by the Vatican.
Yeah, I was going towards the Vatican. Yeah, we went to Vatican City. Briefly considered getting a tour of, Sistine Chapel and
Then
St.
we
Peter's
saw how
Basilica.
much it was and how long the line was.
Yeah. I
Oh,
came prepared with a dress to put on over my clothes.
it's the castle of Sant'Angelo.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Um, Basically, when we were walking around, we knew like the big landmarks to see, but also, on Google Maps, there's the little symbol that pops up over different landmarks. I was basically just picking those as I saw them and just walking towards them.
Yeah, a lot of basilicas with a lot of steps.
Yeah. God, what was
Um,
we went after we went to the Vatican, we walked where were we walking towards? I think the Forum.
I think we're kind of vaguely making our way over to the Forum.
Yeah, and we passed this just massive. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even. It's trying to
Yeah.
figure out what that building was called.
Yeah, you're talking about this one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Once again, we considered going up into it, but then we saw the line to get just up there.
Yeah. But directly behind it there was another basilica. I don't even know how many steps we had to go up to get there.
Yeah, took a breather halfway up.
Yeah, that was a trek.
Yeah, and then went back down those, and then went back up another set of stairs right next to it to go
The
see
other set
something
was at
else.
least at
More of a
least
ramp.
yeah.
Um,
But that I did find out later on that church was built or that basilica was built like sometime in the 1200s.
yeah,
So that was very cool to see. Um,
yeah. Forum was next.
yeah, because we walked through the Piazza del Campidoglio. I don't even know how you say that. I'm
We
kind
don't
of
speak
just
much Italian.
I'm just tracking it uh, on Google Maps as we kind of talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, so we walked through really cool little piazza, some very cool buildings around it.
Hmm.
Yeah, then that led us to the Forum.
Yep. That was very cool.
Yep.
And then from there went to the Coliseum.
Yes, we did.
Again, looked at getting tickets while we were there. It was kind of pointless.
Yeah. It looked like when I looked, tickets for the Coliseum were sold out for like the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So there was no chance of us actually getting tickets for that day of.
Yeah. So from the Coliseum, we had not had an actual meal yet at that point. And it was like 4 o'clock, and we were desperate for food. I don't remember where we ended up, but it was kind of a hole in the wall place. Served pasta on paper plates, and it was absolutely delicious.
Pomodorium or Pomodorum
Yeah, that sounds right.
on the Via Cavour.
I got a lemon pasta that was amazing. Devoured it.
Yeah, I got a cacao pepe,
Yeah.
and it was quite delicious. The only one of that I got of the trip.
We did very good for like the first probably the first like 2/3 of Italy, trying just different things.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Rome, we made sure to have something different every time.
Yeah.
Um,
After the after that, we were making our way back to check into the hotel.
mhm.
Um, walked through some random protest by the train station.
Yeah,
I don't even remember
yeah,
what
we
that
did.
was.
Um, I don't even remember, but
I
it was very
really,
interesting to see the police presence there.
yeah, the police were just. It wasn't like they were arguing with anybody that was part of it. They just kind of they were there almost more as security,
Yeah,
make sure that they weren't doing anything stupid to anybody else, and make sure nobody else was doing anything stupid to mess with them.
yeah.
So
Got our first gelato shortly after that.
yeah,
Um, Delicious.
yeah, very good, very
We did not
very
have
good.
nearly enough gelato on the trip.
No,
And then we went out for 2 dinners.
yeah, we went to this little, looks like a little family-owned restaurant. You got the,
Just like
is
the
that what you got? The
pomodoro, whatever.
bolognese, yeah, spaghetti pomodoro.
Yeah.
I got the first of many carbonaras.
He
Um,
quickly learned what his favorite is.
yeah.
Um,
I noticed that a lot more of the like sit-down Italian like restaurants in Italy, they will bring you all kinds of free stuff.
mhm.
It's like
Bread and desserts.
yeah, they brought first they brought bruschetta, which you ate both of them.
Yes.
Um, and then we finished our meal. The meal was delicious.
Mhm.
Go pay, and they're like, "Oh, here we have some lemon sorbetto for you." Like,
Oh,
oh,
so good.
okay, I won't say no to that. It's just like almost like a little shot glass, just with a little bit in it and a little spoon.
Yep.
Um,
Um,
and then we went back, hung out at the hotel for a little bit.
And then had second dinner
And
right
then
next
right
door.
down the street, there's just like just a little hole in the wall place. It was open. Place was open till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we went over there. I think I got tagliatelle, bolognese, and you got the 4 cheese gnocchi, I think.
Yep.
So that was delicious. It's like there
Uh,
is really very little chance of getting a bad meal in
yeah.
Italy.
We will get to the one that I had.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, and we met another American who was there by herself and kind of chatted for a little while about seeing Italy. Like it was literally
yep.
our first day in Italy.
Um,
She was very
got a
nice.
slice. Got a slice of pizza to go.
Yep.
There's more of the. I can't even think of what style that is. It's
Like
more like a
Detroit style
square
almost.
slice. It was very similar to like that thicker crust. There's a. I remember what kind it was, but I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah.
It was good. Um,
Yeah, we
the
walked
next,
30,000 steps that day, by the way.
yeah, we went out for a little bit more of a walk after that dinner, but didn't really see anything too notable.
Yeah. Yeah. Next
Um,
day, we took the train back to the airport where we picked up our rental car for the next
yep,
week.
we had a Peugeot 2008.
Very
It's a
nice
great
car.
car. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was our ride, like you said, for the next week.
Yep. Our Italian
Um,
stallion.
we left there, headed on to Zoomarine, which
Park. One of three for the day.
first impressions were not great.
Yeah.
Just pulling up into the parking lot, it really felt like we were about to walk back into Marine Land.
Yeah. There's just
But
like a faded banner at the entrance.
yeah. But once we walked in the park, it had a lot of nice theming. Um, our first coaster of the day
What's a,
was a Visa spinner.
no, it was a wacky worm, wasn't it?
Or was it? That's right, it was a wacky worm.
Our first of many wacky worms.
Yeah, first of many wacky worms. You know what? Now that I think, I don't know why I thought of Visa spinner because we didn't ride any Visa spinners that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a wacky worm that was formerly themed to a shark.
I was so looking forward to the shark theming. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
It's themed to a dragon
Um,
now.
it was fine. Very slow. They did something with it. It was crawling through the top,
Yeah,
but we almost valleyed it, I think.
I think so.
But this is also where we came across our first spite of the trip.
We were very not sure if we should go to Zoomarine because the main draw was the Schwarzkopf. It had been SPNO last year, but what it was coaster count or log ride?
Near the end of the year, you started seeing people on coaster count pop up as marking it as ridden. So it and there I did see pictures. It had run at the end of the season.
Hmm.
But we get back there, train's in
Zero
the
sign of life.
station. The train was on the track in the station. But yeah, no sign of life. Like weeds growing through the track that
Yeah,
clearly would have been killed already if it had been running.
and the track just looked in like not great shape.
Yeah. But so that was our first spite of the trip.
Yeah, so we paid €25 for a wacky worm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, but the next park nearby, and we still don't know if we're ever pronouncing this correctly.
I believe it's Shinashita. There's no H in it, but everybody I've heard pronounce it says it with an H.
Yeah. Um, there were like two entrances, and the first one looked very bland but big. But then we get through to like this gigantic statue entrance or something. I don't even know
Yeah,
what it looked like exactly, but
a trend you will learn as we talk about these parks. A lot of them, when they do theming, it is on a very grand scale.
yeah,
Like a scale that is very hard, like for pictures and video to really do it justice.
yeah. Um,
We essentially got held hostage at the in the like their little main street
Yeah.
area
They did a
as they
big
did their
show.
yeah, they did a big opening show. I think the park was supposed to open at 11, I believe. Yeah.
Something I forget.
And
All the entrance times are a
the
little
show
different.
was still going at like 10 after.
Yeah.
They did fine, and then they finally let everybody out.
I will say
Um,
the park theme song is kind of a banger. It was very catchy.
it is.
It's still I don't remember it now, but I need to listen to it again.
The
Um,
park in general, very clean, very
mhm,
nice looking. You don't really hear many people talk about it.
yeah,
Um, First coaster we did, it was a mock water coaster
very well themed.
or mock super splash, I think.
Yeah.
It's the little bit
Octium.
bigger version. Yeah, Octium. It was themed to ancient Rome. Very fitting theme for the area.
Yes.
So it was fun. You got a little wet, but not too wet. So
Yeah.
um, next we went back into it's almost like a little bit of a space themed area
Yeah. That's the best way to describe it.
and rode Altair, an Intamin 10 inversion coaster, but unlike the terrible one at Thorpe Park, this one actually has lap bar only.
Yep. And a cable lift.
Yeah, it is one of the weirdest sensations going through those Heartline rolls at the end with just no restraint over your shoulder.
I was riding that thing like a bull, holding on to like the side, trying to not fold over sideways through the rolls.
Yeah, you kept getting folded over.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Because we ended up doing it twice. We did a front row and a back row. They
Yeah.
made you take your glasses off for it, which was
Yeah, that
kind of
was one of
annoying,
the few times they did make me take my glasses off.
even with the strap.
Actually, I think that might be the only ride that we did the whole trip that I had to take my glasses off.
I feel like that's right. Um, Very fun ride. Love the color. We found a little viewing platform that you can go onto and see a lot of the ride.
Yeah, it lines right up with the loop and the one of the corkscrews.
Yeah.
So you kind of got the down the barrel corkscrew shot like you can on a Kumba.
Yeah.
It's
Very
a very
cool.
fun ride.
It's that park is also just like copyright infringement. The park. They were playing Star Wars music, like Duel of the
Italy,
Fates.
Italy in general, Europe
Yeah.
in general feels like copyright infringement. The park.
Yeah, and
We
I think
noticed
it's
that
probably
at
different laws, but
we noticed that at Energylandia too, which we can talk about that later.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
their third coaster that they had, it was very interesting.
we
It
knew
was an
0 about it.
yeah, it was an Intamin multi-dimension coaster. It was an indoor coaster in the dark. Um, I won't spoil the ending, but basically it was called Inferno, and from what I gathered off of there were newspaper articles like as theming in the queue, and it talked about somebody dying in a car crash. And I assume that the theme was like you died and you were on your way to hell.
That's about as
That's
much as I
kind
can figure.
that's kind of what I
Wow.
gathered. I don't know what the actual if that's the real theme or not, but that's how
Yeah.
it came across. So it was a fun ride. It was very well done for the space that they had.
Yeah. We were gonna do their drop tower, which is themed to Indiana Jones, but it was just called Indiana. There was
Yeah,
no Jones on there. But that was it was down when we went by there.
yeah. They kind of, I think the park opened at 11.
It like
That side of the
sneezed
park
opening.
started opening at like 12:30. So it kind of they staggered it a little bit, and we were trying to get out of there early because we then headed on to Magic Land, or as Jen would call it, Gay Cat Park.
Yep.
and
Oh.
it was a fun park.
Yep. One of the very first things that we did was stop in the store and make sure that they had plushies to pick up for Jen.
Yes, we did.
So that was acquired along with multiple other purchases of the mascot.
And of course, like a lot of or a couple of the parks we did on the trip, we had fast pass.
Yep.
It was
Yeah, we did
very
that for 3 parks in Italy.
it was very useful.
Yeah, mostly for
Um,
shock.
yeah, we went and we literally walked right onto Shock pretty much.
Yeah.
We were on the first train after we walked up there,
Yep.
which Shock was a lot of fun.
It was very good. I
Very
enjoyed
punchy launch.
it. Great
Um,
airtime.
great airtime. I'm not a huge fan of the Mauer restraints.
It was
I mean,
fine for me.
they're comfortable, but they're just so bulky.
Yeah, I was like hugging it the whole
Yeah,
time.
I think as Marcus would say, as how he refers to the Superman restraints in New England, the
Yep.
restraints are up to your tits
Yep.
because they stick so far up, they cover so much of your body,
Yeah.
but they don't seem to detract from the ride.
Yeah.
But that ride is 100% what Hollywood Rip Ride Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket
Whip wide
wishes it
rocket.
was. Whip Wide Walk It. There's a walk it in my pocket. But that is 100% the ride that Rip Ride Rocket wishes it was.
Yeah.
It rides so much better than that thing did, and was so much more fun. Um, I think the next thing we did was a Vekoma family coaster.
Yeah. Dune.
Fun, yeah. Dune.
We did a wacky worm.
Yeah, there's a wacky worm.
I
We
don't even
did.
remember what that one was.
I
Oh,
don't even
Owen
remember.
something Volante. I don't even remember.
Octavolante or something.
I don't know.
Ottavolante.
There
I
were a
don't
lot
really.
of
Or no,
Volantes.
that was Esplora Bruco.
Well, that was the wacky worm, but the one we did right after that.
The one we did right after that was yeah, it was
Oh,
Olandis Volante or something. They themed to pirates. It was like a pirate
oh,
ship.
the mine train. Become a
Yeah, the
mine
mine
train.
train. Yeah, that was the next one we did. Um, we missed out on one cred there,
Yeah.
not for lack of them trying to get it open. It had been open. We walked
Saw
by, they
them
were
testing
testing
it.
it, but we just we had to get out of there by a certain time to try and get down to our Airbnb on the Amalfi Coast,
Yeah.
and we just didn't have enough time to ride it. They're getting a new coaster here in the near future, so it'll make it worthwhile to go back.
Yeah. Um, Before we get into our drive south, we had a question from one of our Patreon members, Jeff. We love Jeff. Said, "Is Magic Land worth the hour drive out of Rome?" I think it
I'd
will be
say,
more next. Oh, it'll be more worth it next year.
yeah, when they get another bigger coaster, I think
Yeah.
it will. I think right now it probably is. The
Yeah.
theming is pretty well done.
I was very
Um,
impressed by the theming there.
they have like they called it a 5D dark ride. I don't know what that means, but
Oh yeah, we did
unfortunately it
do
was
that
not
little,
open.
or we did the one of the cinema thing there, didn't we?
No,
Or
that
was
was
that
at
another one?
Gardaland.
Oh, okay.
This was the one that had like the giant like Egyptian statues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Which
which
again, the scale
they're
of that park.
probably 35 feet tall,
Yeah. Got a
but
great picture of
like,
you with them.
yeah, that's the only way you could really give a good scale is by having somebody stand in front of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's borderline worth it now. In the near future, I think it will be worth it more.
Yeah. It kind of
Um,
worked out for us. It was kind of on our route south anyway.
I
So
mean,
it
it was
made
more or
sense.
less on our route south, but adding the other two were just
Yeah.
kind of in the area.
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
we're
that
silly, silly people.
I would recommend that park to anybody.
Yeah. Maybe consider getting the Magic Pass if it's a busy
Yeah.
day. we definitely would have used that magic pass for the spinning coaster had it been open.
Yeah, we
Because it did
tried to.
still
We
have a
got in
line.
line and it. We got in line and it. They're like, "Oh no, 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 we're closed."
Dang it.
Um, so yeah, then we started the. I think it was about a 3-hour drive
Hmm.
down to the Amalfi Coast. We stayed in Praiano.
Drove through Naples, and you were fascinated by Vesuvius.
Yeah, I took quite a few pictures when I could.
Yeah,
Um,
we're stuck in toll traffic.
it's just not very often that you see something like that where it's a volcano that literally leveled a city.
Yeah, and if we had had more time, we would have stopped at Pompeii.
Yeah,
We talked
Pompeii would
about
have
trying to
been.
work it in.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see, but yeah, just not enough time. Oh
Yep.
darn, we have to go back.
Oh no, twist my arm. Got
Um,
to go through some wild tunnels on the way down to a. We had to drive through Positano to get to Praiano. If you don't know of Positano, you've probably seen pictures of it if you've looked at anything about Italy.
it's
Um,
literally just a city built into the side of a cliff, essentially.
yeah, with a
The
beach at the
most
bottom.
windy, narrow roads. Basically, it's like a lane and a half road that you're trying to put two cars through that
Cars
also
parked on one
has
side,
cars
scooters
parked
on the
on one
other.
side in some places. You have Italy, the roads of Italy are a lawless place.
Yeah,
If
you
you
learn
have
that
a
very quickly.
if you have a scooter, you go wherever the hell you want,
Yep.
whenever the hell you want,
You will get
how
passed by scooters
how you
constantly.
want. Yeah.
They will honk at you to make sure that you give them room to get over.
That is the one nice thing. They do as
They
like
have their
they
own
come up
language.
behind as they came up along the side of you, they kind of honked to let you know they were there. And then as they passed you, like once they got past you, they gave it a little beep beep, a little two honk, just kind of thank you,
Yeah,
thanks for not hitting me.
a little toot toot.
Yeah, so at least they are, for the most part, they are somewhat courteous.
Yes.
So
But oh
it's
my
not
god,
like here where
driving.
you have some of these lane splitters that just fly right through.
No, they still do that too. To be fair.
Yeah, but and then you also have buses on those same roads.
Yeah. Oh my god, unnervingly close to the buses.
Yeah, but
And oh my gosh.
we survived. Parking was very tight at our Airbnb, but we
Yeah.
uh, we
And they
made it
said
happen.
park against the mountain, and we're like, there's no room. We're literally like, I could barely fit my hand between our car and the car next to us.
I
And
squeezed that
somehow that
sucker
other
in there.
yeah, and somehow that other car got out in the morning, and we were able to actually like get the car into the spot from there.
Adjust.
Yeah.
Um,
Had a gorgeous view of the water from our Airbnb. I was obsessed with that balcony.
yeah,
Walked down the street to get some dinner that night to Soul Cafe. I think it was that one.
bar soul or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I had lemon ravioli.
I think I had carbonara.
I wouldn't be
That's
surprised.
where the trend began.
Yeah, had a couple drinks. I got some tiramisu.
I think I had
Sat
some
outside at
chocolate
night.
chocolate ice
Oh,
cream.
oh, so nice out.
Next day we had a boat cruise.
Yep. It almost didn't happen. I got a text first thing in the morning from them saying that they were having trouble with the boat. Um, and he kept updating me and he's like, would you like to just be refunded for this and get, day passes to whatever beach that we got picked up from? And we're like, no, we'll just wait and see how the fixing of the boat goes. So got on it like an hour later after,
Yeah, it was a little
going
bit
down the
late,
cliff.
but yeah, that the walk down to the water there was ridiculous.
And the whole
So
time we
many
walked down, we're
stairs.
like, we have to go back up all of this. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, got onto the boat, had a private 2-hour tour essentially of the Amalfi Coast. We went slowly on the way down, and our guide pointed out a bunch of different things. Went into a few grottos. Had some drinks on there. went down from Priano through, I don't even remember the city, something Del Fuego, Amalfi,
Yeah, there were a
Ravello.
bunch of basically kind of pointed out all the little cities in between
Yeah,
Praiano and Amalfi. There's so many of them.
yeah. Um, we got to go swimming very, very briefly. It was very cold. We
Very
were not
cold.
in the water long.
It was very salty. I jumped
Yeah.
in and got a little bit of water in my mouth. I'm like, geez.
It was nice.
Was
Got a
not
lot of
quite
good
expecting
pictures.
that. Yeah, got a lot
Um,
of cool pictures.
there was like one point where he offered to take our picture too, so it wasn't just selfies. The language barrier was definitely there to some degree. He did not speak much English, but
But one thing we noticed, not just in Italy, but also when we were in Poland, if they didn't speak English, for the most part, they at least understood enough to get by.
yeah.
Like I'll bring up our for one of the spots we went in Poland, we parked and had to pay for parking when we left. Pull up the guy starts speaking straight Polish to us. I'm like, English? It's a call ticket. So I give him my ticket. Tap, telling me to tap my card, and just in the most like dry, no emotion, just says 1 moment, waiting for it to process. Receipt? No, I don't need a receipt. Okay, bye bye. Just the most straight, like no emotion, like. But hey, you know what? The guy
Got the
knows
job done.
enough. He knows enough English to do his job,
Yes.
and that's kind of how it seems for most of Europe. If
Yeah.
they don't speak a lot of it, they at least know keywords
Enough.
or can kind of understand enough to put things together.
Or we just don't say anything.
Right?
Got through a few transactions with basically no talking or just, the minimal Italian that we knew. Learned the word carta very quickly.
Yes.
Got always asked that a lot. Um, yeah, after the boat, we got brought back up to the same place, and then we had to go back up 5 million flights of stairs. It was
Yeah,
very
that was
time
not
consuming.
fun.
Saw a cat on the way up. Got to play with the cat.
Yep.
Um, went shopping very briefly. I know I needed a bag for going to Positano later that day. Um, I think, did we go to the pizza place before going back to the Airbnb?
Yeah, the pizza
I
place
think,
was lunch that day.
yeah,
Yeah,
because we
had
gotten back up all the stairs
phenomenal
and we are like,
pizza.
"What's up?"
Said we had phenomenal pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, we just gotten back up all the stairs. We are dying of hunger or looking for places to go. We're like, what about this like Shea Bonta place? That looks cool. So we go there and then proceed to have the best pizza of our lives. Again, sat outside, view of the water and scooters. Um, I had a margarita pizza. You had
Diavola.
Diavolo.
Yes.
Um, oh my god, it's so
Essentially
good.
essentially a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, and mine was essentially a
It's
cheese pizza.
yeah, it's spicy salami instead of
Yeah.
pepperoni. Same difference.
I will
Um,
forever compare every single pizza I have to that one I ate right there.
here's a damn good pizza.
Yeah, and that was probably my favorite meal I had of the whole trip.
Yeah. Um, yeah, went back, hung out at the Airbnb for a bit. I think I took a nap.
I think we showered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
showered,
I
did a little
definitely showered.
laundry, took a nap, um, and then went and caught a bus to go over to Positano.
And that was an experience in itself. Those
Yeah, the
buses are
bus.
terrifying and busy, and we weren't sure how it worked.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hassle just because we had full cell data, which worked almost everywhere else. It did not like. I'm assuming it's probably something to do with the hills.
Yeah,
It did not like working over in the Amalfi Coast,
yeah,
which I did buy an eSIM, and it ended up working a lot better. So it might just be there wasn't much signal for the original
Yeah.
carrier, which is T-Mobile. May not be a lot of towers that reach over there.
Yeah.
Um,
We relied on Wi-Fi a lot.
yeah,
But
but
took the bus
yeah,
to Positano, kind of explored the city a little bit.
walked down to the beach,
Yep, walked down to the beach,
which
had some sorbetto and a lemon.
one weird thing about the beaches, at least in that area, or
Very
actually most
rocky.
of Italy that we saw, they're
Yeah.
mostly just gravel. They
Yeah.
really aren't very sandy.
But very cool little beach. Chilled
Yeah,
there for a little while. Um, a lot of it we were just killing time because we had dinner reservations for our one fancy dinner of the trip.
yep.
Um, I still don't know how to pronounce the place, D'Elio or something.
It was
It had
like
a lot of
DILO or something.
it
I
had a
don't
lot of
remember.
vowels in it, but we had a nice view of Positano from there. I very quickly changed in the bathroom to an outfit that was more appropriate for dinner. Um,
Yep.
you threw on a Top Thrill 2 button down shirt that I got. Um, and then proceeded to have the most expensive meal of the entire trip.
Yeah.
I had a lobster linguine and a glass of wine. I did not feel bad getting the glass of wine because of how
I
much we
had
spent on yours.
I had a kilogram of steak as a 1 kilo T-bone steak. It's pretty delicious.
He ordered it, and the guy was like, "To share, yes." I'm like, "No." He'll eat it on his
No.
own. Um, yeah, that was a solid €100 for your dinner.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we killed that meal. It was so good. All of it
Yeah.
was good.
But once again,
Um,
they started with they brought us bread,
mhm.
which was delicious. It was all locally made.
This is definitely one of the
Um,
places they came around and like would scrape the breadcrumbs off the table
yeah.
after we
Um,
made a mess.
and then at the end, they brought us a shot, which I know you're still feeling the burn from it. They brought
I
us
was unprepared.
they brought us a little cookie that had like a little some kind of like marmalade or something with a little bit of chocolate.
Mhm.
Just delicious. It's almost like a
It
little
was tasty.
shortbread cookie.
Yeah, it was good.
Um, and then a shot of limoncello.
Yeah. I had
You were
not
not
had
prepared.
limoncello before, and I also don't do shots well. Um,
It wasn't
but
that bad,
it
but
was for me.
you you uh you were feeling it.
Oh yeah, I burned, and then yeah, we were kind of had to rush a little bit at the end of dinner to make sure we caught the bus because it was the last bus back to Praiano.
Which we made it. We had plenty of time, but
Yeah,
it's better to get up there early versus have to figure something else out.
yeah, and also make sure we had room to fit on the bus because we almost
Yeah,
didn't on the way there.
yeah. Buses were nice and cheap.
Mhm.
I think it was
Like buck 50
three
each.
250 or €3 each way or per person. You could buy the tickets online, or when we bought our return tickets, you bought them at a little tobacco convenience store
Yeah.
right there in the city. So nice and easy.
Yep.
Um, yeah, went back. We
Watch some
uh,
That's
had
So Mid.
we had a little balcony that we sat out on. I had a beer. We were sitting out there drinking, and you were just out there chilling with me. Went
Yep.
inside, watched some That's So Mid, like you said. Called it an early night because
We did 56 flights of stairs that day, according to
did
my
we?
watch.
That's right.
I wanted to die. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
Called it a little bit of an early night because the next morning we got up to go to one of Allison's most anticipated parks.
Oh, am I supposed to say what
Oh,
it is?
I thought you might.
Zoo Safari Fasanalandia, and it was very out of the way,
Yeah.
more so than I expected.
And
So this park was a bucket list for me. If you've listened to the podcast enough, I know I've talked about it. Um, It is the home of the Typo coaster. And by that I mean they have a Eurofighter coaster, but the sign says Eurofigter. And we got there and we did everything else first because you also were hitting a milestone.
Yep. So we got there, did a terrible. This wasn't too bad, but Fabry Wild Mouse. We did a
No,
few
it
of
wasn't
those
too
on the
bad.
trip. They're very unique as you go. The lift hill is broken into two portions
Mm-hmm.
to help kind of make it a smaller footprint. So you go up, you take a left, you go up the rest of the way. It wasn't too bad, just a little wonky. Um, we then did a wacky worm, surprise, surprise, which set me up for number 700 on a ride that I didn't even know existed. It was, what was that? Mirage Rosso?
Yep.
It is a Fabry suspended coaster. I'm pretty sure it is the only one in existence right now. Um, it is 3 seats wide, 3 cars to a train, and honestly, it was not as bad of a ride as I expected.
There is one more in Kazakhstan,
Oh, Kazakhstan.
however you pronounce it. Called Anaconda.
I see
But
that now.
yeah, there's no side friction wheels. I definitely slammed my head against a restraint once.
I had no problem with it. But yeah, the wheels have like a weird lip on the outer
Yeah.
edge that basically acts as the side friction wheel. Um, it's got some very janky transitions. Not a ton, but they weren't the best. And it's got a weird. It almost reminded me of the Beast, where you come off this mid course and it's got a helix, but the entire it's got a nice long straight setup to it. That the entire straight section is angled down and tilted. It's like banked into this helix. So it was fun. It
Also
wasn't
worth
the
noting, like the park was not very busy at all. Like there were very few people there. And when we got up to the ride, there was a sign on there that said 4-person minimum. So we're like, well, crap, we're gonna have to like sit here and wait for people before we can ride this.
yeah.
We
The
had to
op
do it
was
next
like
through that.
I'll just sit on down, and they just kind of motioned for us to sit down, told us to put the bars down. He stood there for a couple minutes, almost like he was waiting for more people, and then
Sent
walked
us.
over and dispatched it. Like, okay,
So
certainly
no
not
issues
the
at least.
certainly not the worst coaster I've ever been on. It was better than my 650, which was a wacky worm. So, um, yeah. Then we did was I think it was another Zyklon,
Yeah.
and then that led us to Eurofigther.
Yep. Um Walked up to the little entrance plaza with the typo in all of its glory and got some pictures with the sign. Um which there was also another sign right below my feet in that same picture with Eurofighter spelled correctly. The sign is in absolutely terrible condition and letters are half missing and falling over. So I'm worried that they're gonna replace that sign soon. But I got my picture with it for now before they fix it and probably fix the typo. But I was very happy. Um, had to ride an escalator to get up to the station, and that escalator made some horrendous noises at one
Yeah,
point.
that thing had definitely seen some better days, but
Yep. And so after the trip, everyone kept asking me like, "So you got to ride your bucket list typo coaster? Was it good?" And I'm like, "No."
I'm pretty sure the suspended Fabry was smoother.
Yeah. There are so
But
many kids screaming outside right now. Holy crap. Um,
but
um,
it was a neat little park. There
yep.
were a lot more people coming in as we left.
Yeah.
But um,
And so one of the questions on here from Solar Coaster: did the typo coaster live up to the hype? Seeing the sign, yes. Actual
the
ride
ride itself,
experience,
no.
it's about what I expected.
Yeah. If
um,
you've ridden one Euro fighter with OTSRs, you've ridden them all
yeah, there were
for the
some
most
good
part.
moments of hang time, but
Yeah.
it's certainly a ride that exists, and I wrote it just for the sake of the typo because I love typos.
So we slowly after that started making our way up to Foggia, which is where we stayed for the night.
Hmm.
Um,
That was where we stopped at that beach
yeah, was that
on the way.
Polignano
Yeah,
Amare?
yeah.
Which very interesting space, interesting place to visit. We
We just kind of picked a place on the map and parked near it and walked over to it. I'd kind of I'd been looking for things to do like between the park and our Airbnb, and we left the park earlier than we thought we would anyway. So we had some time to kill. Um, so yeah, I found this kind of area and randomly picked a place on Google Maps that I saw the name of and went and parked there and walked over, and it was incredible.
yeah, the city it's literally built on the edge of a cliff. Like you can see all the rock underneath it, and it's very pretty. And there's another area we're just walking through, kind of a trend throughout our trip,
Yeah.
and we're just, oh, I wonder where this goes. Start walking, we find a staircase that goes down onto this area that I can see now is called Flat Rock,
Oh, that makes sense.
and it's just a bunch of. It wasn't so much flat; it's a bunch of jagged like rocks all over, but you could walk right down to the edge of it and look down on the water. It was very
Yep.
neat.
It was gorgeous blue water. Kind
Yeah,
of went past one of the cliff areas, and you can see all the rock underneath everything. It's very cool.
yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful spot to
Yeah,
stop.
we just paid like an hour of parking or something and walked over.
Yeah,
Got
um,
more gelato while we were there.
yeah, we got a little more. Then we drove up to Foggia.
Yep. Knew nothing about the city.
Yeah,
I was just on the way.
found
It
found
was
a
a very,
parking spot literally right outside our Airbnb.
yeah, very, very cheap is why well,
Yeah,
it was very inexpensive. It was like $60 for the night. Um, and it looked very Italian. It was just a very different kind of room.
yeah, it was nice. It worked well.
Hmm. Some weird steps leading up to it that smelled like burnt wood. Doors that went everywhere in the Airbnb. There's a hot tub that wasn't working, but
Yeah. Um, this is where we did run into one issue finding dinner.
yeah,
A lot of, and we notice this as a trend. A lot of restaurants will be open till 2, 3 o'clock, and then they'll close for 2, 3 hours, maybe longer, and won't open till at least like 6:30, 7.
yeah. And we kept trying to find places. The first place we went to just didn't seem to exist anymore. Second one was listed that open at 7, and we got there and everything was closed up, but they saw us and opened a little window and they said they should be open by around 7:30 maybe.
Yeah. So we just wandered around, found another place like when we were in Rome that was just a little slice shop. Got some all right pizza
Yeah,
just to kind
something
of hold us over.
Romano,
Yeah,
Pizzeria Romano or something.
yeah, something just to kind of hold us over until we actually found where we were going for dinner.
And we
Um,
had a very hard time actually deciding anything.
yeah. So we ended up going to a restaurant called Memento, which is very polarizing between Allison and I,
Yeah,
because I had what I think was the best pasta of the trip, and you had what you said was, and I did try it. It was not good.
I think it was called pinza or something. It's like a pizza flatbread. I thought, it's Italy. It's a type of pizza. This should be fine, right? Oh, the cheese had zero taste, and I felt like I was just chewing on rubber. And I
Yeah,
ordered bruschetta, and I never got my bruschetta.
yeah,
And then we tried to get our check, and the guy just would not look over at us to get his attention to get the check.
Yeah, but I had some very good carbonara there.
Yeah, you had your favorite carbonara you've had.
Yeah, that was the best carbonara of the trip, I think. Just pasta in general of the trip.
Yeah.
Um,
Walked around a
yeah,
little bit that
it walked
night.
around. We got some
Got
more
more
gelato.
gelato.
Um, observed the many very interesting vending machines that you'll just randomly find.
Yeah.
You'll just find a little cutout where there's just a bank of 2 or 3 vending machines. Just kind of nice in the area,
Yeah.
especially if places aren't open overnight. Still be able to find a drink or a snack or something,
Yeah.
um, among other things.
Yes. Um, yeah, just walked around, chilled. It was nice.
Yeah, went back, went to bed because the next morning we had a day no coasters, so we
Oh,
thought.
so we thought, yeah.
Um, we were making our way up to Bologna, and our primary stop on that trip was San Marino.
Mhm. Um,
So we took the
I knew a lot
gondola.
I knew most about this place from, Gary, Coasting with Culture. He'd done it in Italy trip, and I watched it once we, decided we were doing Italy, and I saw this video on San Marino. I'm like, "This is gorgeous, and it's on our drive, and it's a new country for us."
Yeah, yeah. So it's a city state that is just surrounded by the rest of Italy. So took a got it basically the majority or a good chunk of the city is on top of a mountain,
Mhm.
which you can hike. You can get up there other ways, but we chose to take the cable car, which very neat, very
Yeah.
quick, easy. Found parking
Mm.
right by it.
Yep. And then go up, and there's this whole Old Town area. I think it was called Old Town.
Yeah,
But they have some, like, towers up there, castles, essentially. I think there's 3 of them, and I think we only went up to the first one.
yeah. We went to the first one, started towards the second one, where we're like, yeah, that's a long way to go.
Yeah, but gorgeous views of just the surrounding area and the castles kinda overlooking everything. Um, Stopped and got lunch when we were there, like, on the edge of a cliff, basically.
Yeah, surprisingly one of our cheaper meals,
Mhm. It was very nice.
and it had one of the best views.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we both got a pizza. It was pretty tasty.
Yeah, it was
Um,
better than Memento for me,
yeah,
but, that bar is not very high.
yeah, the bar was very low for it, but yeah. Then
Walked around a
we
little bit, took the
yeah
cable
walked
car
around,
back down.
explored. Yep, and then we continued our drive on to
Bologna.
Bologna, and we're probably what 15, 20 minutes from the Airbnb.
Mhm.
We're driving, and I look over to the right. I'm like, oh hey,
Cred.
I see a coaster. So we're already past the exit. We turn around, we come back, go over and start doing some digging once we get over by it. Turns out it's a fair that opens in about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. Like, okay, cool.
Noted.
We'll come back to that. So we continue on, go get checked into the Airbnb. Airbnb was right around the corner from the train station, super convenient. Um, but first we walked over to Little, did a nice little
Yeah.
shopping, a nice little
Yeah.
shopping trip.
Got some, shampoo and conditioner since most of the Airbnbs seem to be lacking those.
Mainly just lacking the conditioner.
Yeah, but it was good to have the shampoo too.
Yeah. Yeah, so did a little first exploration of the area. Um, then walked over, hopped on a train, took it into the main city center of Bologna. Um,
Mike
we
kept asking me where I wanted to go, and I'm like, I don't know, wherever the old stuff is.
yeah. So we just again
Walk around.
I used the Rome method and just found the first thing I saw that had the little symbol. Happened to be this big basilica in a big square in the middle of town. So we walked up there, looked around, saw a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
walked a bunch of little side areas just to explore.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the task
finally,
of finding dinner.
yeah, finally found a place called Ragu, which was,
It's a tiny little place too.
yeah, it's just a little restaurant. It was pretty tasty though. I
I
got
got like
good.
I got butter sage tortellini or something like that.
I think so. And then I just got like some kind of pasta with ragu sauce on it, or with ragu on it, and it was delicious. So they had something very unique on their menu. It was called a ragu bun. So I ended up getting one of those to go. And literally all it was just their ragu
On the
that
bun.
they put on like a burger bun with a little bit of cheese on top and wrapped it up.
Basically a sloppy Joe.
Yeah, it was very similar kind of texture, but absolutely delicious. Um, it was just a little hole in the wall kind of spot that I stumbled across when I was looking. I'm like, okay, neither of
Yeah,
us could decide what we wanted for dinner, so I'm like, okay, cool, this works.
I think we're both just like pasta. We haven't
Yes,
had pasta in a couple days.
we wanted pasta, but we couldn't figure out. We didn't want something crazy expensive. Bologna is kind of, as you pointed out to me, the food capital of Italy.
Hmm.
So a lot of the places that have good food are very expensive.
Or there were wines
Yeah, or their lines, or they
hidden.
just, yeah. So we're like, all right, let's give this a shot. Great decision.
Yeah, it worked out
I
well.
made a great decision. Um, and then from there, we meandered on. I ate my ragu bun on the road as we walked down to catch a bus to go get a cred.
Yep.
It was a long. So while we're waiting, the first bus that we're supposed to take never shows up. So that was the start of the fun. Bus finally shows up. We get on. We take it all the way out there. It's probably
It's like
about
a
a 20,
ten,
about 20, 25 minute ride.
yeah, then like a maybe 10-minute walk over to where the fair was.
Yeah. Go get their cred. It was basic
Zyklon.
Zyklon. But it was fun. It was a
There was
plus
like
one.
there was like nothing else at that fair though.
Yeah. Nothing and nobody.
Yeah, it was
There were very
very
few
empty.
people.
This is on what, Thursday? No, Wednesday.
Yeah, this was Wednesday night. So makes sense. Um, so then we walk back. We looked at walking all the way back to the train station and then decide, we'll just take the bus. So I buy the bus tickets. Once again, sitting at the bus station. First bus that we're waiting on never shows up. Wait for the second bus,
Doesn't show up.
doesn't show up. So we start once we get to a minute or so after the time it was supposed to be there. Like, all right, screw this. We're gonna walk. So we start walking, and wouldn't you know, as we walk away
Bus
and get just out
25
of sight, the bus 25 shows up and
and
then
drives
proceeds
right
to
past
drive
us.
right past us. So looking at this now, I look, well, the last train back to the station we're staying by is gone. It's like, well, all right. About €45 later, we made it home in a taxi.
Yep.
So,
A lot quicker at least.
yeah, we got Deutsche Bahn by the Italian trains
And buses.
and buses.
I guess that was the only like really not smooth trip or part of the trip.
Yeah.
All
But
to get
all in
a
all,
+1.
Yeah, all in all, Bologna was a good time.
Um, and then that's where our schedule kind of got a little like if you look at our itinerary, we had to double back a lot. Um, in a perfect world, we would have done Mirabilandia the next day, and then Gardaland, and then Milan. Um, and then
Instead,
I was looking at schedules for last year and saw at this time of year Mirabilandia was only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sure enough, they released their schedule for this year, and Mirabilandia would not be open the next day. So we went up to Gardaland the next morning, and then we were going to do, and then we came back down in the direction of Mirabilandia and stay there. We'll get into that too. But we had to like really kind of double back a lot to
yeah.
make Gardaland
Yeah,
and
as we went
Mirabilandia
up,
both
we
work,
went north, then we had to go back south to Mirabilandia,
and then
and
back
then go
north.
back up north towards Milan. So it was
Uh,
good times.
Not ideal. It's just a little extra driving though.
Yeah. So next morning we get up, we get on the road right on time, actually probably a little bit
Early.
early. So we're able to make an extra stop. We go and take in the sights of Lake Garda.
Gorgeous lake.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, walked on
Um,
like kind of a boardwalk area, pretty far down. Got some nice pictures in the mountains.
yeah,
It was awesome.
um, yeah, and then drove the other 5 minutes we had remaining to get down to Gardaland,
Yep.
which I believe was Gardaland the one that had free parking.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we are supposed to pay for parking, and then it just had a sign that
If
said
it-
just
yeah, I think that's the one that we pulled up. Yeah, enjoy free parking today. Don't mind if I do.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, we walk in, we park, start walking in. The immediate presentation is great. They have
They were doing another entrance show.
oh, even before that.
Well, yeah,
So the shop is right by the parking lot, and then you kind of go down a little hill and through a tunnel
yeah. Oh
that
yeah, the
goes
like the
under the
lighted
main
tunnel
road.
thing.
The parking lot and the park are on opposite sides of the road. But what's
Kind of
neat
like Busch
is,
Gardens Tampa in a way.
yeah, kind of. But the main, like the entry to this tunnel, they have the big G for Gardaland that is kind of holding the bridge up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cute. But so you walk under, and they have a really nice entryway with a big fountain and a statue in the middle. And kind of to the side, there's a big waterfall with a Gardaland sign.
Yeah. We had to
Great.
go to guest services to get our tickets first.
Yeah. So we had an issue buying our tickets. If you try to buy tickets with a US phone number, you'll probably have the same issue. It tries to verify your account, and you never actually get the message. So we emailed them, explained the problem, and they said, okay, we'll honor the online price. Just bring this email to guest services, and you can buy it there.
Literally had to forward them the email while standing there, and then they printed it and highlighted.
Yeah.
Interesting system.
So, but got the tickets at the online rate. Yeah, and then we made our way inside the park. They had the little performers from the little entry show standing inside the park, welcoming everybody.
Very good first impressions of that park
Yeah,
too.
great. As soon as we walked up, that was kind of my first thing. I think I put on Instagram. I'm like, this park is already killing it with the first impressions. So we walked in, bought our fast pass for the day, which
Yep.
super easy to use. They have their own app for the fast pass itself.
We just did the one-time use for each ride.
Yep, one time each. You just go on, you book it on the app. Come up, it uses the NFC to you just tap it on the turnstile when you go through. Registers everything, so super nice, super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of the parks in Italy use the turnstiles where they will only let so many people through. So basically, they'll put the number of people they need for the train up on it, and it'll unlock for that many rotations, and then it locks.
Yep.
And it helps them. They don't have to have a grouper. They know that they're not just stacking rows on rows on rows. So it really is a nice system
Yeah.
in the right uses. Um, so our first ride at that park was, and I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it was.
It's like Fuega de Lantide or something. Alantide.
Yeah, Fuega de Atlantide.
Something. It was a water
Yeah,
coaster.
yeah. So it's a Intamin water coaster. A lot of fun. Biggest surprise, it has two cable lifts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but a lot of fun. No, you don't really get too wet.
Very well
You get a
themed
little
once again.
splash, but yeah, very well themed. The scale of the theming once again was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, a lot of fun. Um, next we headed over to
Blue Tornado was
yeah
next.
the SLC, which in the ride area itself, not a ton of theming, but in within the kind of its plaza, had a lot of nice theming. It was themed to, weirdly enough, I think the U.S. Air Force.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, kind of like a fighter jet and just some good theming with that. It wasn't bad. Had a bonus helix. Um, and we went on Mammoth, which is a Vekoma mine train.
Okay, I was confusing it with the Mammut at Tripstrill, I think.
Yeah, that John,
I kept
Mike,
thinking it,
and Nate literally
yeah,
just rode.
yeah. And I kept thinking it was going to be a wooden coaster, and then I was like, why is this a mine train? And then I realized the
But
error of my ways.
yeah, it's themed to woolly mammoth. So it's kind of like a big Thunder Mountain kind of vibe. Had three lift hills, pretty forceful, all things considered.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was a good time. Um, then
I
we
forgot.
went on to the one of the kind of key attractions of Gardaland, Oblivion the Black Hole.
Yep.
It was a fun ride. It was a
Yeah.
good dive coaster. Um, I mean,
Nothing special, but
yeah, it's a dive coaster. But
um,
we did
nice
our
little area.
first, yeah, we did our first. I don't know what it's actually called, what the model is, but they called it Flying Island.
That might just
It's
be what it's
the
called.
big intimate, the weird big intimate observatory, like
Yeah.
observation tower.
No, I didn't even know it had one.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
either till we saw it operating.
yeah, I just happened to look over, see the word Flying Island, and then it had just like dispatched, so I just saw it like going up in the background.
So
Um,
very very unique, very cool thing to do.
Gorgeous views. Holy crap.
Yeah, you rode a very disappointing drop tower.
Yeah, do not recommend that drop tower.
Um,
It has like a cap on the top that like I thought there would be theming in it, but no, it's just a
cap.
box and it just hides your view. And then it
Yeah.
was not even a good drop.
Um, we did their 4D cinema, which was very well done, but we didn't understand a word they were saying because it was all in
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Um,
Did the wild mouse next?
yeah, the Wild Mouse was next. Oh, before the Wild Mouse, you had your fried apples.
Oh yeah. Like we hadn't really had much to eat, so we got a little snack. I saw some fried apples with gelato. You
They're
got
I got just some churros with Nutella.
that's right. Oh,
They were
it was
both
all very
very
good.
delicious.
Sat
Um,
under shaman and ate those for a little bit.
yeah. So Dragon Rush, the spinner, was the only coaster not on our fast pass, but we were able to buy a single use. So we did end up buying one of those just because.
It was like €6 or something.
Yeah,
Wasn't bad.
€6. Who wants to wait in line for a very low capacity wild mouse? So it was fun. I mean, it was your standard wild mouse. It was another Fabry.
Yeah.
Um, Next, we did basically their equivalent of a wacky worm. It's very long.
Yeah,
I think it
a
was a
lot longer than I
pinfari,
expected.
but it was the cars looked like the wacky worm, but it was not a wacky worm. It was a very long
No.
ride. Had like
Yeah.
3 lifts. Um, and then we did the probably the surprise of that park,
Hmm.
Shaman. So Shaman is a Vekoma looper. It's had some retracking done just to help smooth it out, and it's got the newer style Vekoma trains. But it was just way faster than most of the Vekoma loopers we've been on.
Yeah. We did do front row of that one.
Yeah, and you got some. It had
We
some
did
good forces through the loops.
one random ejector hill in there.
Yeah, there's a hill right after the second loop that just absolutely ejects you out of your seat.
Yeah.
Had a nice little helix. It was a good time.
Yeah, I shockingly enjoyed it a lot more than I expected.
Um, and then we did the final coaster in the park, Raptor.
Raptor was a good time.
Yeah, considering I believe that was the first ever wing coaster. It rides pretty well,
Yeah.
and I guess it makes sense that it was the first wing coaster because it doesn't. It's one of the few that doesn't do the wing over drop. It's just
Yeah.
got a straight drop into like an overbank, similar to Wild Eagle at Dollywood, where it just does a straight drop. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Nice
It's
little area.
very very
Good
well
theming.
themed area. Like a lot of interaction with the ground and theming elements. Um, so yeah, that was a surprise. A lot better than I expected.
Yep. Oh, we did their Madhouse.
Yeah, the Become a Madhouse. That was a good time. It's kind of
Love
themed
the
to
Madhouse.
whatever the character, like the mascot character of the park is. I
Yeah.
don't know what its name is,
Yeah. Could not follow along with the story at all. That's
but it
normal.
was but it was a good time.
Yeah. Jumanji had not opened all day. Um,
Yeah,
we kept watching it, never opened when we were there. And we had plans to go down the road to Movieland Park, which is
yeah, which is
literally
maybe
a few minutes away.
2-3 miles down the road, if that.
Yep. And they have an Invertigo clone there. And we have Invertigo at Kings Island. They're like, well, let's try to get another one.
Yep.
We did not know really anything about the park.
Yeah, I get a message earlier in the day from our friend Keith that tells me when you go back to Diabolic, which is the Invertigo model, make sure you do the Jurassic Park ride. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go in. We got there late enough that they gave us, it was like what, 3-4 euro discount for being
Oh, it was like a 15 euro
evening.
discount or
Was it?
something.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't think it
it
was
was
that
a good
much.
chunk.
So yeah, they gave us a pretty good discount for that.
Yep.
So we go in, go ride Diabolic, which looks like it's very well taken care of.
Hmm.
Trains look practically brand new.
Onboard
Um,
audio.
it had onboard audio. The ride seemed to track pretty well. Um, and then we went and found the Jurassic Park ride.
Pangea, I think is what it was called.
Yeah. So basically, imagine a like antique cars or like the cars that they have at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, but there's no track. There's rails, kind of like guardrails, but you're literally off-roading, and it was very unexpected.
It could sense if you were too close to the side and it would like stop you and then tell you to put it in reverse
Yeah,
and correct yourself.
it would auto reverse it. Like you would just push the gas, and it would automatically back you up till you were far enough back, and then stop you. So
Yep.
it's very very neat system. because they did very specifically tell you when you got in to like try to stay in the middle because it'll throw off the sensors if you get too close to the
Yep.
edge. Like,
Only
cool.
happened
Good to know.
once.
Yeah.
He was a decent driver.
Um. So, but we went into this park expecting to just go get Diabolic and leave.
Yeah. Oh, we had said we were gonna like keep checking on Jumanji. If
Yeah,
it
we were
opened
gonna
up,
go
we were
back to
probably gonna go
Jumanji
back.
if yeah.
Um.
But we knew about two things, I guess: Diabolic and the jet boat.
Yep.
So after we did the dinosaur ride, we're like, okay, this park is crazy. Like, let's go try and ride everything else. So we go do. They have like a knockoff studio tour with all these knockoff movies. So we do it. Um, a lot of fun, like very well done, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we did. They have a Intamin first gen free fall themed to not the Hollywood Tower Hotel, but the Hollywood Action Tower.
Was it
Um,
Holmes Hotel or something? I think
yeah,
was
the
the
Holmes Hotel.
official
But
non-copyright infringement.
a lot of fun. Your standard first gen free fall. Good ride, Kyrie. It's not a cred.
Mm.
Um,
It's a car crash more than a cred.
yeah, not that he listens to this,
No, no.
but and then we started trying to make our way down more towards the back of the park
Yeah.
and
Super
walked
Jet
by
was
the jet.
closed.
Yeah, went to the jet boat and it was closed, so we were kind of bummed. We didn't think we were going to get it. Um, go back.
Yeah.
I did some kind of swing ride.
Yeah, and like their
We
new
just kind of
area.
looked around. Yeah, they just redid a whole area in the back of the park, and then we thought about doing their monorail. They're like, let's go do. They had another ride called Magma. Let's go do that, and then we'll get out of here. So as we're walking to Magma, I see people in the jet boat area putting on life vests. So we run up. It's like, oh, it's open. All right, let's get in line. We did not know what we were necessarily. I knew about the ride, but I did not know everything. Um, so we got the front two seats right next to the driver, and you have to wear a life vest on this ride.
Mm-hmm. No bags whatsoever.
So basically, it's a boat that's powered by two 600 horsepower motors, and it uses the water area from their stunt show. Which I found out all the drivers for the other rides in the park, Magma, the tram tour, and the jet boat, are all the stuntmen and women that do the stunt show. So that's kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
all the park's literally kind of run by the stuntmen and women. So that's a very unique aspect. But so we go get on the boat, and they basically tell you sit down and hold on.
Yep. No seatbelt.
There's no seat belts. The boat literally goes airborne at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the wildest theme park experiences I think I've ever had.
And it's
I don't know if
included in park admission.
yeah,
Like it's not an upcharge.
it's not an upcharge like your slingshot or your skyflyer. It's I don't know if anything will ever top that for
Yeah.
just a non-coaster experience.
I was very
Um,
anxious riding it.
yeah, it was. I had the biggest smile on my face. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Oh, I mean, I loved it too. Sitting next to the driver was an experience too. You
But
got nice and soaked on one side.
I got decently wet, which I expected to get a lot more wet than that, but
Yeah.
it was a good time. And then we went and did Magma, which very interesting. They did a lot of making their own stories for these rides.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it
So
uses the same like areas. Like
yeah,
part
almost
of
like a
Magma goes
backlot
through.
area.
Yeah, some of
Yeah, through
the
the movie
same
tour.
roads. Yeah.
So
which is very interesting.
yeah, so it was a very very neat ride. It uses like a big like Jeep kind of vehicle, a big off-roading vehicle. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
There was this in the road that we were in. There was a space next to me, and then another two people. And at one point, they like moved over closer to me because we look over and see these just like giant pipes facing right towards us. And we're like, "Oh shoot, we know what's about to happen." Sure enough, wall of water comes out at us. There was no escaping it whatsoever. My butt was soaked. My entire left side was soaked, and I was sitting almost to the right side.
And my entire right side was soaked from the other ride, so we were even.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was quite an experience too. There was a cool like drop element on it.
Yeah. Um,
Wild time.
the only ride that we found out after the fact we missed, I guess there's some kind of submarine ride that we did not know about. We walked right past it, but didn't realize it was a ride.
I saw that it was like Kingsman themed,
Yeah,
but not actually Kingsman.
but yeah, it was. It is the most wild theme park I've ever been to.
Yeah, we stayed
Um,
until close. We
I
did
had
not go back
a
to Jumanji.
I had some European friends that literally described it as a the petrol park because of all the ride, all the vehicles that they use in
Hmm.
that park. Which very accurate description.
Yeah.
It
Oh, we're
was
walking towards the exit, and there's like a guy in a Batman costume and
yeah,
a lot of random characters.
continuing the trend of copyright infringement.
Yeah, there was a couple Star Wars or some like Jedi or something.
Yeah, but
It's
it
very
was a
interesting.
very I think that was the most surprising park of the trip,
Yeah, for sure. We
and
expected to get the credit and
probably
leave.
yeah, probably for me to answer Sarah's question. She asked, "What was your favorite? What park in Italy was your favorite?" I think that might have been my favorite park in Italy.
It was for me
That
too.
that was definitely my favorite park day in Italy
Yeah. The
because
one-two punch of Gardaland and Movieland was
yeah,
great.
Gardaland was a great time. I've heard a lot of people say have issues with it, but I had, and it could be the fast pass helped a lot.
Yeah.
But I had a great time there, and then combining that with Movieland, I
Yeah.
would go back to Movieland in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and we have already talked about going back to Movieland.
Yeah. Um, and Movieland, it almost had its own little like city walk area.
Mhm.
There's a very clear Margaritaville ripoff right there, and a very clear Hard Rock Hotel or Hard Rock Cafe ripoff. They
There's a
also had
Medieval
a
Times there.
Medieval Times there too.
Not a ripoff, like just straight up
Yeah.
Medieval Times.
So it's a very unique little park area. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, very
Um,
cool.
so that night we drove down and we stayed in the town of Imola. Um, and one of the cool things we did in Imola, there's an F1 circuit. It's literally Ferrari's home circuit. It's it's named after Enzo and Dino Ferrari at this point. But inside of the track is literally just a public park. So when we got down into town, it was starting to get it was mostly dark, but it was still a little bit light out. So we drove over and parked right near the track and kind of walked through and checked out part of the park. Actually, we checked out a good amount of the park.
Yeah.
But for anybody that is an F1 fan, that I'm sure they have heard the name of Ayrton Senna. He, I believe it was, I can't even remember what year it was. It's over, I think it was in the 90s. He passed away at that track. Yeah, it was 1994. So over 30 years ago, he passed away while racing at that track. And in the infield, there's a nice memorial statue for him. And the catch fence around the track near where this memorial is, or the statue, has just turned into a giant memorial to him, where people have brought all kinds of Brazilian flags because he was from Brazil, or just flags from all over the world, and just hung them on this fence, or little signs, hats, just all kinds of little mementos that people have brought just to leave as a kind of like a tribute to him.
It
I know
was very cool to see it.
you knew nothing about it going into it, so
I
it's
knew
very.
zero.
I'd seen some pictures, so it's very cool to see your reaction to just seeing this wall of memorabilia
Yeah.
and just random stuff that people have just brought to bring to honor him. But like it was neat, you could see a lot of people had like written dates of when they dropped things off there, and some of them were from just like a couple weeks earlier.
Mhm.
So even 30 something years later, people are still coming out to visit it and bring things. So very cool spot. Um,
It's very moving.
yeah, it's something you don't see very often. Um, but yeah, so then we continued walking on, got up by the main stretch, kind of by the main paddock buildings, and it was very neat to see. Um, we did come back the next morning,
Mhm.
um, which was cool. They had some kind of on track event the next day, so there was a marshal right by the starting line loading some of his stuff in and out of the track. So they had one of the big gates open. So we're standing there, kind of looking. He kind of motions for us to tell us, "Yeah, if you want to walk out here, come on, and walk out real quick." So we got to actually step out on pit lane and see the track from out there. So that was very cool.
Yeah. It was very
Um,
brief, but definitely cool.
yeah, we got to go out, step out there for a few, take a couple pictures. Um, Something very few people get to do.
Yeah. It was
So
just right place, right time because when we
yeah,
walked by that a little bit later, that gate was
it was
closed.
closed up. Yeah. So um, yeah, we didn't do any kind of tour or anything at that track, but it was neat to just get to kind of walk around.
Yeah.
Other than like areas actually on the track, you can pretty much walk around the entire outside of that track because it's all just public land.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. We stayed not too far away. I basically did their equivalent of DoorDash that night. We got into the room kind of late, so got us some pizza and some pasta.
Was that the night that, like, they needed us to be there by a certain time and we were
No, that was the
trying to
next
get there?
night.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I got
Oh, okay. I remember which one that was. That was a
some
nice it felt like a hotel room. It
yeah.
was like an Airbnb or it was
It
a,
was an
like, bed and
Airbnb,
breakfast.
but it very much felt like a hotel.
Yeah. It was a very cool space. I remember that pizza.
Yeah.
I housed that pizza.
Yeah. That's good pizza. And then I had some tagliatelle bolognese again. Delicious as usual. Um, yeah, got some sleep. Got up the next morning and made our way down to, was it Rimini,
Yep.
I believe, to go
Yep.
to Fiabalandia. Um, got in the park. It very much kind of had a feel like Dutch Wonderland, I feel like.
Yeah, we both compared it to Dutch
The main
Wonderland.
entryway had a very like castles and knights and dragons feel to it. So yeah, got a few creds there. Another
Very
whack,
weird threads.
yeah. Some weird mine train, wild
Yeah.
mouse. But we also got to ride what is basically the predecessor to the wacky worm that we all know and love that travels around the world. Um, basically it was the very first. Like when you look at it, the track style is even the exact same.
It's
But
got the worm train.
yeah, but it very much longer layout. Actually has some theming to it, and
Yep.
yeah, it is
Um,
the basically what inspired the traveling wacky worms.
yeah. And like the name for it, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's Italian for Valley of the Gnomes. So there were some like
Yeah,
gnome figurines all over the place.
it was a very neat place to, very neat ride to go on.
Yep. We were in and out in about an hour, if that. But it was a cute little place.
Yeah. And then we made the probably 20-minute drive. Or
I
was
think it
it
was like 40.
longer?
It was like
Or
45.
okay. Made the drive to what we considered our worst park of the trip,
Mhm.
Mirabilandia.
I had high expectations just cuz I'd heard so much about Mirabilandia. Those expectations were not met at all.
I was hopeful, but I had also heard a lot of complaints about that park. So I kind of went in with tempered expectations. I also had somebody in the Seeking the Thrill WhatsApp chat the night before send me a novel with his thoughts on the park because he had not had great visits. I waited to read it till after we went, and I kind of agree with him on a lot of his points. But
What did we start with there?
the first ride we did,
Master Tie.
was it Master Tie?
Yeah.
That's right, because that was that the Preston and Barbary
It was the
little
Mobius
Jeep
one.
ride. Yeah, wasn't terrible, wasn't great.
Oh yeah, we got another fast pass for this park.
Yeah, uh, didn't necessarily have to have it. We probably could have gotten all
Yeah.
the creds without it.
We did the unlimited one because we knew there were a couple we wanted re-rides on.
Yeah, the top two at that park are by and large, like by a mile, Ice Speed and Katoon.
Yeah.
The rest of the lineup leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
They've got a very interesting Wild Mouse.
That wild
Um,
mouse hurt.
yeah, they've got a powered coaster, Master Tie, which is janky as all hell.
Yeah.
Um,
They send you through both sides of it, so you get the full cred no
yeah,
matter
so
what.
that was nice. Um, and then they have two kids coasters.
Yep. You almost got stuck in one.
Yeah, one of them is themed to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which we all need to shame Allison for never seeing.
Listen. Tell Nate to add it to our movie list.
It's not even a movie; it's a TV show too.
It counts. There was a movie at one point, wasn't there?
There was,
There you go.
but yeah, it's decent park.
Oh, Paw Patrol is the one like they told us to sit together on it.
Yeah, we had sat separate, and then they're like, "No, you need to sit together."
We're like,
Like,
okay. Still not
yeah,
as tight of a fit as another park we went to. But we'll
yeah,
get to that one shortly.
but yeah. So the three other coasters they have, one of them's a dueling coaster called Desmo Race. Um, it's themed to Ducati, like motorcycles, and it's you race on them. You race the two tracks. Um, nowhere near ready to open for the year.
Yeah, it was
They
dead
have
over there.
they have a total of 12 cars between the two tracks, and they had one on each side with no, like barely any of the plastic covers on them, which I don't understand how you can have a park that's been open for almost 2 months at this point and still be that far from opening one of your main attractions. That's
Yeah,
one of
like
the
this
rides that
and
that park is known very well for.
and that entire ride is very visible in the park. Like, you can
Yeah.
go all the way around it.
Um, the other ride in that park that was closed, I wasn't too worried about. It's Divertical, which is one of the larger Intamin water coasters. I don't know what they actually call that. Um, the we walk over there, the water's totally drained. There's not even a boat anywhere on it, but it's also kind of in the water park portion of the park. So I'm assuming that ride just doesn't open until the water park does for the
Yeah, I think
season,
someone else kinda
which open
confirmed that
yeah,
after.
which opens in 2 weeks. So that's understandable. That one I'm not too mad about. But when one of your marquee attractions isn't even close to being ready for the season this far in, what are you doing?
Yeah,
It felt
it was
like
a bummer.
it felt like we were at Six Flags.
A lot of that park felt like Six
Yeah.
Flags. It was also just very overrun by teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, we
And
went and
like
got food at some place, and, like, I think I saw one other adult in the
yeah.
room.
And like Katoon, as good as it is, I've had other people confirm like they will never run more than one train on that. Which is sad because they had one train on the track, one train ready to go in the maintenance bay or on the transfer track, and another train broken down on the maintenance track, like in pieces for reassembly. So easily our
Um,
worst park of the trip.
oh, like, I was trying to get a video for the vlog of, like, the train coming in, and I got told I couldn't take a video of that.
Yeah, it
That
was
was
very
weird.
weird.
Our first ride, I had a couple teenage girls next to me that screamed so loud the entire ride, and I could not focus on the ride itself.
Yeah,
Came back later for a re-ride. I think we sat towards the front for that next one,
I think
and
so.
it was a much better ride.
Yeah, it was a overall it was a decent park, but just
You haven't even talked about Ice Speed.
yeah, we did not talk about high speed. High
Ice
speed
Speed
was
is like the saving grace of that park.
yeah that eh,
Well, no,
I don't
Katoon
know if
really,
much can
but
save that park, but I did like high speed more than Katoon.
yeah. I think I like Katoon better. Ice Speed was really good, but it has like those hard Intamin restraints, and
Yeah,
I definitely slammed my head into it the first ride. Corrected for it
I
the
yeah
other rides we did, but
I really liked high speed. I think I like it more than Maverick. Personally, I think
I disagree.
that's what Maverick wishes it was. 'Cause here's the thing. Maverick's a great ride, but when your biggest launch of the ride, you literally get to top speed to take a single turn and immediately trim 30 mile an hour off of it. What's the point of the launch? Just launch to the speed that you want the ride to go at through the rest of the course then. With iSpeed, you at least get to feel the full speed of that launch throughout the rest of the ride course,
But
which I thought the ride was great. I really enjoyed it.
yeah.
It will probably be in my top 25. I don't remember where I put it.
Yeah, we did Ice Speed a few times. We waited for front row for one of them. Had to go
Yeah,
through the main line to do that.
yeah, but yeah. It was a good
Um,
park or a good time.
the
Park's all right.
the merch at that park and most of Italy is just not great.
Yeah,
I think there was like one shirt that I liked at Mirabilandia, but by then I was so over that park, I didn't want to buy a shirt for it.
yeah.
I bought
If
a
I had to
snowboard.
choose between Movieland and Mirabilandia, I'm choosing Movieland all day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Um, so we're staying that night up in the city of Monza, which is just outside of Milan. Um, so we started the drive up, and we made a stop on the way in Milan at a I don't even know how you pronounce part of this name, but it's called Europark.
It's like Idriscana or something.
Yeah, something.
Milano. Europark
Yeah,
Milano.
Yeah, that's probably the
It's
easiest way to describe it. It's like Idroscalo or something like that.
yeah.
Um, we originally wanted to go there because they had a Interpark Wild Wind, which unfortunately closed and was removed last year.
So
So we
we'd
had,
kind of written this park off for a little
yeah, we
while.
had kind of planned on not going here until we found out that just a few weeks ago they had a Pinfari looping coaster show up and get set up and operating.
A week before we were there or something like that.
Like 2 or so weeks. So we like, all right, cool. That's a +3. Let's go. So it's a very interesting setup. It's almost in like a strip mall, which you don't see many of in Europe. Um, it it had this weird like giant canopy over the center of the park, and then on the left and the right it had an open space, or like an uncovered space, which is where the two bigger coasters were. So I don't know for sure, but I almost wonder if it operates during the winter some years, and they keep that area that's undercover open. I don't know.
Um, so RCDB says based on satellite imagery and visitor information as to when roller coasters were present at the park, this park may operate more like a summer fun fair with rides changing each season.
Huh. Yeah, very much looked like it could or operate some during the winter, just because with this giant canopy. Well, no, it could just be so it operates when it rains. Who knows? But yeah. So we got the first ride we did was a uh, Zyklon, and they very clearly say that you have to have at least 3 people. So there was a couple that rode in the front, so that meant we had to squeeze in the back.
I am lovingly calling this ride Tourniquet the Ride because we were so wedged in. It was cutting off feeling in my legs, and like my legs were going numb because of how wedged in we were.
Yeah, it was not great. Um, it was an all right ride, but yeah, the space was not great.
No,
Um, and then we did
we did the wacky worm next.
Wacky Worm, yeah. Um, basic Wacky Worm. I mean,
Themed to Lion King,
yeah,
kind of,
that's kind of what I gathered.
with randomly Snow White and Seven Dwarves in there as well.
Yeah,
It was very odd. Oh, it was also like a rave going on that one too.
yeah, that one was interesting.
Yeah. But then we went out to the Looping Pinfari. It's called Coaster Loop. There were not even pictures of it on our CDB yet.
Yeah, we both submitted some.
Yeah. Like while
Um,
standing in line, took some
yeah,
pictures and submitted some.
that one is Tourniquet the Ride 2,
Yep.
because we were
Now,
wedged in
now
there
with air
almost as
horns.
bad. Yeah,
Air horns that they play like or they do as you're going through the loop.
yeah, it was an experience.
Yeah. I was not even sure your restraint was locked because it pinned it
Yeah,
on the shoulders.
yeah, my restraint did not feel like it went down very far, but it was locked. It felt locked. Um, but yeah, it was a unique little park.
Yeah.
It had
There
a
were
lot
other
of
rides.
flats.
Yeah, there were a lot of other things we wanted to ride that looked fun, but we had to get out of there.
Yeah, we had to get out of there and get up to our Airbnb by 11, so we had to kind of get out of there and hurry.
Yeah. Got lost trying to find the parking for our Airbnb.
Yeah,
Had
it's
to circle
very
around.
tricky finding some of the parking in these little villages.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But it was a cute little Airbnb.
It's a nice little Airbnb. It worked well.
You ordered us some KFC.
Yeah, it was kind of mid, but
Yeah.
it was food.
We were not good at eating in a timely fashion on this trip because we just had so much going on.
Yeah. It can be hard to eat when you're on the road too sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
granted, like the service stations in Italy, so many toll roads in Italy too, but like the service stations usually had a lot of good
a lot of
options.
decent options, yeah. So, um,
Had an early morning the next morning
and the next
for
morning we got up, headed over to uh, the Monza circuit for a track tour.
this was
I
your
spent
morning.
this was my part of the trip. Um, I spent way too much money in the shop.
Yeah, you did. And then you went back and spent more money in the shop.
Yeah, but it was a neat tour. We got to go out on the old podium from after they where they would get the trophy after they won the race and top three.
Yep,
Um,
got to stand on the podium.
got to stand on the current podium. Got to kind of learn a little bit of the history of the track and see some behind the scenes views.
Yep.
Um,
Went to like, or no, the press room was the one that was under
yeah, press room was
construction.
closed. We got to go down to race control. Um, that was very neat. Um, but did not get to set foot on the track.
Nope.
So that still made Imola a little bit neater.
But we still got to do something cool on the track.
Yeah. But for believe it was an extra €5 a person,
Yeah.
we were able to get on a tram that kind of took us for a lap around the track. So that was really neat, getting to actually see a track that I've played many, 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 many times on video games in person. So,
Sent pictures from the track to Kyrie.
yeah. Um, yeah, it was a good time.
Yep. Yeah, that was your morning.
Yeah, that was something that I'd wanted to see for a while, and since we're going to be in the area, we were flying out of Milan to head to Poland, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, we decided to break this up into two
Um,
episodes because just so much happened.
but since we were flying out of Milan, it just made sense to do that on our last day before heading out.
Yep. So yeah, went
So
and dropped off our rental car at the airport. It was a cute little airport.
2,324 kilometers later, or
Yep.
about 1,444 miles.
Yeah. We put a lot of mileage on that car.
Yeah, it was a good car for what we needed, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed that car.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those. If they sold it in the U.S.,
We'd probably get it.
I'd look at one. So, but yeah,
Before we break into the next episode, did have a few questions from Instagram that were kind of more focused on Italy specifically. So I want to hit those before um we wrap up. But Sarah, we already got hers.
yep.
Lom said, "What were your coaster and non-coaster highlights in Italy?"
Hmm. So for me, non-coaster was definitely the Monza tour.
Yeah, I think mine
Um,
was a boat tour on Amalfi.
yeah,
That was kind of my splurge and something
yeah,
I really wanted to
yeah. That
do.
was your splurge. The
Monza was your
Monza
splurge.
tour was kind of my splurge. Um, Coasters. Um,
There were
as
definitely some good ones.
as much as I did not enjoy the park, I think Ice Speed might be one of them. Um, and Katoon,
Yeah.
but
Altair was
also
actually really high
I
for
say
me.
Altair and Raptor were also very good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got a shirt
So
for Raptor. They didn't have
yeah,
the shirt in my size. Um, Also, just that beach, the Polignano Amare, just kind of stopping there and just being absolutely blown away by it. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
Ethan, so what was your favorite meal you had in Italy?
I know yours was Shea Bonta,
Yep.
the
And you
pizza.
actually Mike kept a list of every pasta or every meal that we had in Italy and kept his rankings list.
Yeah. And that one is at the top of my list.
The Shea Bonta.
Yeah. That was still the very top of my list.
I thought it was the carbonara
That was
had
the
the most
best
rankings.
pasta of the trip.
Okay. So yeah, I guess our recommendation is if you are in Positano, Parano area, go to Shea Bonta.
Yeah.
It's
I would
very,
agree.
very nice. On a related note, Gary said, will pizza at home ever be the same for you now that you've experienced in Italy?
Never.
No. No. We were back at work on Thursday and we had a random client deliver Domino's to us and I'm like, I miss Italy. Yeah, it was I've said a few times I will forever be chasing the high that I felt while eating that pizza. Granted, we were also probably just very hungry that day, but
Yeah, we
yeah.
had just done like 30 flights of stairs.
Yeah. So any food was going to be good, but no, it
Yeah.
just something about that one just hit. And then books and roller coasters. Which Italian park is most worth it and or easiest to get to? Most worth it is Movieland.
Yeah. Um, I don't know what the easiest one to get to would be. I'd have
Not
to
not
do a little.
Fasanolandia. That was very out
Yeah,
of the way.
Fasanolandia was very hard to get to. Um, I,
Probably maybe Gardaland and Movieland,
I feel like
honestly.
Gardaland is probably easy to get to from the airports.
Yeah. And then just that 1-2 punch of those two parks being right literally miles down the road from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Movieland we definitely I think got the most value for our money.
Yeah.
And I think 2 hours later that about covers our Italy portion of the trip.
Yeah, I believe so.
We did a lot. And we were very tired and then we still went to Poland right after and we will discuss that in the next one. We're hoping to have a guest on with us for that recording who was with us in Poland. And we'll talk about the surprise that happened to us in Krakow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll get to that next time.
Yeah. So I think that brings us to the end of our episode.
Yep, you don't have Jen to say that this week.
Yeah, I know. She's currently at Europa Park. Shocker. I do want to give a shout out to our unhinged tier patrons on our Patreon. So thank you to Chris, who we got to see today, and to our newest one, Jeff. He's a big supporter of the podcast, so very grateful for you guys and all of your support for us. I still need to post. I posted a few things in the unhinged tier from the trip, mostly Poland. Yeah, we're about to go have dinner with some friends, and then I gotta edit the episode and post it for the morning. We were supposed to record this a couple days ago, but I was way too tired and went to bed at 9:30. So.
Yup.
Yep. But until then, hashtag keep thinking inverted, and we'll see y'all. I'll talk to you again very soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.